So it took quite some time to get a Retroid Pocket 2. But this is not a package from China, and that's the reason why I didn't use the famous package from China intro, because this thing came from the United Kingdom from our fellow buddy Retro Dodo. So yeah, a little shout out to you buddy for sending this in to the channel. So many fellow YouTubers did a review about it. Some are claiming to say that this may be the best handheld we're going to get in 2020. I'm not really sure about it because it's just a freaking invasion of these things, and every day I'm logging in on AliExpress I can see there is a new version out there. But the Pocket 2 still got, let's say, a very interesting thing to it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So consider subscribing and hit the little bell, because we're going to do a lot of reviews about the Pocket Go. The Retroid Pocket 1 was flawed in many ways, but what I do like about this company is that they are listening to the community and what are our wishes. So to begin with, they created this landscape model because a lot of people wanted to see this. Also, they completely redesigned the handheld and it fits very comfortable in my hand. Also gave us the shoulder buttons we were requesting for, because with the first model we didn't have those. And that's very convenient because it gives us the possibility to play way more games now. Even having two shoulder buttons over here, you can see that pressing them, they feel very nice. As you can see, we need to press them over there for the best response. But the funny thing is that we're having two buttons on each side, but they feel completely different. So that is something I did notice with this handheld. But the position is just perfect. So this company created a handheld with two different analog sticks. And that is something that is quite unique in my opinion, and is very cool. If it's a very good choice, that is something you need to decide for yourself. But when you're looking at the position, the left one is more like a Nintendo Switch version and feels quite nice. And the right one is more like the slider joystick that we're going to find on the PSP, for example. But the reason why I did this, when you're pressing the ABXY, you can see now the joystick is not in the way. So let's put it in this position. You can see when you're playing it like this, you can see normally you're going to get the problem that the joystick is going to stick in your fingers. And that is not happening now. So they did listen to the community, and that is something that I really appreciate. With this version still we're having more like these clicky buttons. But I must say, you need to get used to it if you're used to the membrane buttons. But that's a very nice thing. With the clicky button, you're going to get a very nice response. The D-pad, I know guys, I'm always talking about the D-pad. I have this D-pad fetish. But the D-pad is not the best one I have seen. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a quick demonstration. And I don't like this D-pad when it comes to fighting games. I don't know if it's my model I'm having here, but I just grab to the analog stick instantly, simply because I find it more convenient to play like this. So I'm a little bit disappointed with the D-pad. I was expecting big things for this. The left button beneath the screen we're having the home, select and start, which you can do with the home buttons quite interesting. With holding the home in the Android menu, you can activate the mouse cursor so you can navigate through the menu. With the left joystick, it's very cool. And with the Retroid system, we basically can enter the settings menu. So the home is quite special. I'm a big fan of the two stereo speakers over here, and I will give you a quick sample how they are going to sound, because they sound very well. Alright, so over here we're having the on and off switch. Okay, let's turn it on. Need to hold it for a couple of seconds. Then it's going to boot up, as you can see over here. Volume control, and we're having the Type-C for charging and data transfer, and an HDMI out that we're going to try out in a later video. Sadly, they are only using a 3.5-inch IPS display. And the reason why I'm saying sadly, I know a lot of people in the gaming community want to have a bigger display, 5-inch or 7-inch. This thing has a resolution of 640 by 480. Okay, so at the bottom we're having the audio jack out, and we're having here the CF card that can upgrade it up to 128 GB. It's a little bit too small, but okay, better than nothing. Alright, so here a quick overview of all the specifications, where I've spoken about the 3.5-inch IPS display, quad-core Cortex A7, 1 GB of RAM, the ARM Mali-400 GFX, 4000 mAh battery, Wi-Fi Bluetooth 4.0, and the first generation are coming like this one with Android 6 dual boot, and the later version will come with the Android 8.1 versions, coming in October. So with the Retroid Pocket 2 we're having dual boot option, and it's quite interesting because now we have the option to just use this thing like an Android device with your smartphone, or you can just use it like in the dual boot and get the Retroid special menu. With Google Play you can just install your own programs if you want to and play some Android games that we're going to do in a later video. But nevertheless, I think it's quite interesting. Here you can see we're having the app installed on the system. What you just need to do, click on it, reboot the system, and it goes back to the Retroid menu. That looks very similar to the Pandora Game 3D menu. So with the Retroid Pocket new menu, more like the Pandora's box, it's very convenient. You can search for your games, you can have categories and even a recent list. Quite interesting. So let's go to the category. So this system has a support for PSP, Sega Dreamcast, Mame, Neo Geo, N64, NES, Super Famicom, Mega Drive, Genesis, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Classic, Game Boy Advance, and PC Engine, and the Sega Dreamcast. Man, the list goes on. But keep in mind, PSP and Dreamcast will not run perfectly. And of course, another great feature that's just a must-have is the search function. The people wondering, yep, there is also a Naughty Store where you can basically download other games. Yep. There's a very cool feature that we're having the option to do quick load, quick save, but it doesn't work for every category. So when making this video, I can completely understand why this hype is all about with this Retroid Pocket number 2. They improved so many new things and they have listened to the community so well that this thing is a very nice handheld. But don't get me wrong, this is not one of the best handhelds out there, simply because there are so many new handhelds coming out in this freaking handheld invasion. But the D-pad itself, that is I think the biggest complaint in my opinion. For all the other things, they are going to improve the Android version and they're going to improve some other things in the future. So I'm very curious what they are going to give us. That is something we need to see in the future. Android, it's just awesome that you can add your own games. We're going to do some more testing videos, so consider subscribing, hit the little bell, become the Wicked family. It will be great to have you here, and I will see you in the next video.